Hi everyone, how are you? It's Ginger McAllen here, and I wanted to just touch base with you for a moment to tell you a little story. Um, I had a client who I had worked with for quite some time. I had done all kinds of things for her, made a locket for her daughter, I believe on her 13th birthday. Was a sterling silver locket that when you opened it, well, when it was closed, you could shake it and you could hear something rattling inside. And when you opened it, you could remove the letters B, E, L, I, E, V, E to spell believe, which was this mother's message for her daughter upon her 13th birthday. And it was a gorgeous little locket. That was only one of several projects that I did for her. I did another ring for another daughter who had come of age, so to speak, with a very contemporary interpretation of a monogram. She also had two sons, and over the years I repaired things for her. I did a number of things for her. And one day she came to see me, and her sister was with her. I'd never met her sister before. Her sister lived out of town somewhere, and clients do that all the time. They bring, when they have family visiting, they always come to see me, and I always enjoy getting to know the whole picture of their lives. But she had her sister with her that day, and there was something different about her demeanor, the way she held herself. It was a very kind of just a very poignant and thoughtful place from which she was coming to visit me. And she went on to say that she wanted me to make 4 rings for the 2 daughters and the 2 sons. And the rings were to be related design-wise, but clearly 2 masculine ones and 2 feminine ones. And she wanted an inscription. And the inscription on the interior of the ring, not to be visible when it's being worn, but on the inside of the ring, the inscription was to say, "Love never fails. Love never fails." I said, "Maribeth, fantastic. I'm happy to do it for you." We talked about sizes, we talked about patinas, finishes, all these other things. And we also came to the decision that we would make 6 grooves along the exterior of the rings that would signify the 6 members of their nuclear family, the 4 children, Maribeth and her husband. So we did that. And as we were talking, she, after we had settled on the design, secured, all of our plans for, with the estimate and everything that was involved, she said, "Ginger, I have cancer." And I said, "Oh, Maribeth, I'm so sorry. What does that mean? What does that mean?" And she said, "I'm sick. And today's a great day. So make these rings for my kids. Make these rings for my kids." So when she told me that, I said, you know what? How about we add one little thing on the inside where it says love never fails? Let's add a stone. I've done that many times where I've gypsy set, which means a flush setting that's not raised. I gypsy set a gemstone on the interior of a ring where it's not visible from the outside at all, but the person who's wearing it knows that it's there. And I said, Maribeth, if I remember correctly, your birthday is in September, right? And she said, yes. And I remember that because my birthday is also in September, so that one I can remember. Some clients I can't always remember, but I did remember hers. And I said, how about if we put a sapphire, a gorgeous deep blue sapphire, inside those rings? All four of them will say, love never fails. And there'll be a sapphire set on the inside. She looked at me and she smiled and she said, I knew you would know what to do. Yes, let's do that. So I did. I made those 4 rings and did the inscription, set the stone inside, and her sister, Maribeth, was in treatments, and so Maribeth's sister came and picked them up for her, and a little bit later, 2 or 3 weeks later, Maribeth came to see me again, and I could tell that physically it was, it took a lot of effort for her to get in the car, be driven to my studio, get out, walk in the door, come in. I could just tell it was something that was important to her. And I was so honored by the fact that she took the effort to come in and hug me and thank me, weeping, for having made those rings for her children. And I told her it was my honor. It was my great, great honor to make those rings. The honor doesn't even begin to describe how I felt about the opportunity I had to make those rings for her 4 children who were late teens, early 20s, and losing their mom. And they did. Their mom passed away. Maribeth passed away a few weeks later. And to this day, whenever I am on my own website looking through my portfolio, or even thinking about what I do in my work and why it matters, I think of Maribeth, and I think of those rings, and I feel very, very blessed to have the honor of creating pieces that capture a narrative. Jewelry has an amazing power to remind us of a story, or a person, or an experience, or an event even. And when we're wearing this piece of jewelry, every time we look at it, every time we look down at it, we see it and we remember. And because we remember, the story lives. The love lives. The joy lives. the hurt lives too. And it's all part of who we are, our human condition, and that is why I do what I do. So, thank you so much for allowing me to explain that, to talk about why I do what I do. And may you somehow today, this very day, be blessed by art and love in your life.